friend and I, and a couple men, Nigerian men, grown Nigerian men. How is your incompetence now my fault? Please, I don't want someone to actually slap me. Like, get me out of here for real, for real. I had a police case. And we turned back and I was like, it is him. He has followed us to our house. He was drinking, so he was drunk. He had a bottle in his hand. Next thing I know, this guy is running across the street to us. We're not trying to leave, and this guy had the audacity to still drag my feet back. The way I kicked him, just because he said we don't want to come for the after party. Why the girls feel like they're all that? Who do you think you are? Kiniko, Kiniko, Kiniko. Next thing I know, this guy is yelling at us from across the street. And I'm like...
I admit it's exciting. Possibly gonna like it. But before I leave you home, tell me what's your motive.
Gosh, hi. I'm back with the tea, guys. I've been wanting to film an updated makeup routine, and I didn't really know what to talk about in the video. And one day, I was just chilling in bed, really, and then the idea just came. I was like, why don't I talk about? I'm gonna just name them these scary things that have happened to me in UK. Disclaimer, disclaimer, disclaimer. I've not worn makeup in like, wow, I don't remember the last time, honestly, because I've not been feeling makeup. But for the sake of this video, we're wearing makeup. Yay. Take everything you see here with a pinch of salt. But let's start the story. I'll just start from one. Let me start from the furthest time. I think this was in like 2022. You know when you see yourself in a situation of, if I was at home, this would have never happened to me. That was this type of situation, really. We had the club, okay, on the flyer for the thingy. For the flyer, okay. The flyer of the... Oh my gosh. Girl, stop the makeup and talk. The flyer of the party said they were closing at 4 a.m. But we did not really think they would actually close at 4 a.m. as per chase us out at 4 a.m. And so I remember my friend now, we're there, 4 a.m. came and they're like, okay. Obviously they didn't say like that. So we left, yeah. And we're standing outside the club. I never put this much blush. I don't know how I actually feel. It's wrong. I forgot to spray the concealer. So we're standing outside, watching people go home somewhere, walking. Okay, I remember now, I remember. At this point, we're living literally 1 hour away from town. So we couldn't walk like others were just walking. Well, we've done the walk on multiple occasions, but not that day. Like, we're standing there, watching people leave, talking to people actually. You know, these people, they use, when the party is over, that's when they decide to come and shoot their shots. By the time we booked our Uber, and keep in mind, this Uber was like 30-something pounds for something that would normally be like £6. And the Uber was like taking, I'm pretty sure it took up to 15 minutes to get there. So at this point now, majority of the people have gone. It was just my friend and I, and a couple men, Nigerian men, grown Nigerian men. And we just minding our business. I think someone said, oh, there's an after party, do you guys want to come with us? And we're like, no, like, please. Oh, I remember that. That one was trying to get my number for some reason. Like, throughout the next few things I'm about to say, all this guy was doing was asking me for my number. So his friend was now like, just because he said we don't want to come for the after party, why the girls feel like they're all that? Who do you think you are? Kiniko, Kiniko, Kiniko. Just shouting and shouting and shouting. But you guys, should I put another layer of concealer? I feel like this is actually too much. Normally, okay, my normal routine when I don't put, I think it's because I'm talking, I put way too much concealer. But normally I would go in with this. This is literally in the shade yellow. So I'm going with this lighter concealer. Just a dot though, just dot. Okay, back to the point. My friend is the kind that if you're shouting at her and she doesn't see any reason as to why you're shouting at her, she will give it back to you. So she started shouting at the guy too, and in my mind I'm like, oh gosh, how did I end up in this place? Like, I just want to go home. Like, I don't want to be on the empty streets yelling with Nigerian men. Please, I don't want someone to actually slap me. Like, get me out of here for real, for real. And so they were yelling at each other. That other guy was just following me around saying, please now, can he have my number? Please now, can he have my number? I'm like, please leave me, you're not having my number. I'm pretty sure they were drunk too. So that did not really help our case. One of my leaders from church was passing by doing all this shouting. Keep in mind, this was winter, it was cold. I was wearing one tiny dress, shivering. Then those men were still there harassing the two of us. And yeah, my leader from church, they had 3 a.m. prayers at the park. But at this point, I wasn't really involved in church like that. I just used to come on Sunday or come for fellowship, and then that's it. Like, the rest, I don't wish to see them any other place. And so she was not back from the prayers and I was going home, and she saw us and then called our name or something like that. At this point, we're still waiting for our Uber to get there. And so we ran to her basically, and she was like, is everything alright and stuff like that. We're like, yeah, everything is alright. Then our Uber now finally came. Before she could even get a word in, we're just like, thank you, and then we ran in. Because even when she came, the men were like, do you know them? And please ask this one to give me her number or something like that. I really hate situations like that. Those are the type of things that I can think about over and over, and think about like all the things that could have gone south. So the guy slapped me one next, and I know I cannot fight him. I only fight people I know I can win. Like, I will not go into a fight I know they'll just use one bottle and hit my head, and then that's it, I'm out. Like, please. But no, I don't fight now. This was my younger self, like when I was in secondary school. Fighting is for classless people. As per physical fighting, very classless girl if I see you doing that, honestly. Oh my god, this girl is classless, so that's what I'm actually saying.
This girl is very classless.
Alexa, baby, play Spotify.
Sure, here's Spotify.
Next story then. I remember this one time, this one was just very short and very random. But there was this one time, my friend and I was just here reading my books like my parents sent me to do. And then, okay, keep in mind, it's the same friend I was with for all these stories. So she came, I was like, I want to go. This is the same leader from the last story as well, because she was my cell leader, but I just didn't have the strength to start explaining what a cell leader is. My friend was like, do I want to go to her place to eat? So I was like, yeah, sure, of course, let's go. But this was like maybe like 11 p.m, 12 a.m. time. My friend was on a call as we were leaving the place, and I wasn't talking because she was on a call, so I was just walking with her. We came out of my gate. This gave me some clarity on what happens in horror movies and why I always think they're dumb. Because now when I finished, I was like, why didn't we just go back home? So like literally, we had just come out of our gate, in quotes. It's not really a gate, but my accommodation has this, there's this what do we call that thing? And there was this drunk guy across the road. Next thing I know, this guy is yelling at us from across the street, and I'm like, because he was drinking, so he was drunk. He had a bottle in his hand. Next thing I know, this guy is running across the street to us, and my friend took off. And I was like, because keep in mind, I couldn't even really see properly during the whole thing. Like, I couldn't see, like, vision wise, I couldn't see properly. So I'm like, is this guy running to us? And so I ran too. I think I even passed my friend. Like, anyways, we ran and the guy was chasing us, but he couldn't run that fast because, as we pointed out, he was drunk. So while running, he's still chasing us. My friend's AirPods fell. I don't know how she had the audacity to go back, because if it was me, I'll have left those airports and just continue going. She went back, aka back to the direction he was coming, but he didn't do anything. And then I was just standing waiting for her, and I was just so scared. And the guy was like, he passed me and was like, so saying something along the lines of, we should be lucky that we're kids, unless he would have slapped us and he would have hit her. I don't even remember what he said. I didn't even say anything. I even avoided eye contact. I was just standing there like waiting for my friend awkwardly. But my heart actually sunk that day. Probably this video is no longer than 25 minutes, boy, because this can talk for days. You guys, I saved the GCS for the last, like, I'll give you guys a taster. I had a police case, but we'll get there. I can't believe I'm sharing this on YouTube. I don't find it personal anyways, but it's just, I didn't really tell a lot of people. A lot of the people that talk to me are finding out about this for the first time with those that don't talk to me. So it's like, I was like, oh wow, so this happened and we never knew. Well, oh well. Next story anyways. So I remember this time, this was like at the beginning of my second year. We're walking home one day around, this was like maybe 2-3, and one guy came to us and we knew the story wasn't real, but like, we're just nice people. But I wouldn't do it again now. Like that time I was too nice. Like me now, I don't trust anybody. Like everyone is actually a criminal, nothing you can say. So he came to us and was talking about how the story itself wasn't even making sense. Something about his friend threw him out of their accommodation because he didn't pay rent, and that the rent money he gave it to his sister to pay her own rent. And my friend is like, what if I gave it to your sister? Then you're now homeless. Like, he was like, do we have any place for him to sleep and da 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 da. And so we just decided to help him out. That was very dumb. Now I'm saying it out loud, I feel embarrassed. I feel embarrassed.
Are you not embarrassed? This is really embarrassing.
Anyways, he was like, can we help him out that he doesn't have any place to stay and all of that jazz. And my accommodation, there are like 2 of it, like same name but different locations. So we obviously did not take him to the one we live in, we took him to the second one.
Bombastic side eye. Criminal offensive side eye.
I heard a knock. Please, I can't open the door for anybody. If I don't have my home makeup done, it's not gonna work. Anyways, so we took him to the second one and took him to the common room. Even brought him a blanket, brought him everything, pillow, everything. And we're like, in the morning, he should please leave. He left because a few days later, we like went back. My friend's blanket was there. Who the flip is that? I know who it is. Wow, that's actually crazy.
What you done now?
I'm in the middle of my makeup.
A few hours later.
But the makeup has really marinated now. Like my oily skin is... My skin is not even oily. I just make it oily by myself, but like its oily tendencies have started coming out, you know. So a few days later, we went back and my friend's blanket was there, and everything we gave him, they were there. So like he actually left everything there and he had gone home. So a couple nights later, again 2 a.m. 3 a.m, my friend and I were walking home, and then the guy came up to us and was like, basically saying the same story again, but he did not recognize us. So my friend was like, you again till now. And then I think that was when he now clocked that, oh, he has spoken to these girls before. So he just, I don't even know what that was. He looked angry and just stormed off. And I was telling my friend, like, he thinks this is the world, you know. And the best way I can explain what he did was, you know, when you're begging someone for something and they refuse, and you're not like, don't worry, and you walk out, and then they now come back to beg you to now take that thing you were begging them for.
Please stay.
Don't beg me.
Please stay.
Don't beg me.
So we kept on walking now. I mean, I'm still a person that when I walk at night, I turn back from time to time to just scan my environment. So I turned back and I saw the guy like from the distance coming our direction. And first I saw the person, I faced forward, I kept on going. And I turned back again, I still saw someone because he had a black hood on, black, couldn't see his face from where I was. So I was like, I hope it's not that guy following us. My friend turned back, I was like, nah, it wouldn't be him. How can he still be following us? Stuff like that. You guys, it was indeed him. By the time we got to our gate, that gate, walking in, we just heard his voice. I don't even know what he said, but he said something. And we turned back and I was like, it is him. He has followed us to our house. And my friend, I don't know where she always gets her audacity from. She started telling him, how would you follow us home? Do you know that we could call the police right now? Just talking to the guy. I even tried to make a sneaky video. If I find it, I'll insert it for you guys.
What's behind? That's very scary. So if one of us were alone, would I only call the police? Like, it's so scary. Why would you follow us home? And she was saying it, that you were following us. The last time that you spoke to us, we helped you. So now why are you trying to scare us? Why are you following us all the way to our door?
He was now apologizing that he just needs shelter, So we can't help him with that shelter. He should go and find the shelter, please. Because even that time when we helped him the first time, we're saying it as a joke. We're like, oh, imagine this guy has a knife. And then we'll laugh. But as funny as it is, it was very, very much possible. So disclaimer, I'm completely over this because it could have been worse, but it wasn't worse, so we thank God. So at the end of my first year, we had this end of year summer party, laddy, and the party was very, very much children coded, like bouncy castles, ice cream, all of those, like, you know what you see if you go to a children's party. That was what was given. So just so you know, it was a light-hearted party, like during the day, to just celebrate end of exams. Tell me why I came there with my friend, and there was this guy she knew. She didn't know him, but like she knew him. They had met before, so she introduced us. Greeted the guy, everything was fine. I remember there was this point my friend and I were just sitting down. He came to sit with us. We told him to please help us go and get hot dog. He went to help us get the hot dog, like just chill things. He came back, we're all talking, all laughing, all is good and fun. He was not like, there was this bouncy castle that people were racing in. It was all these type of bouncy castles that you climb, then you bend down, then you do this. Just complicated for no reason, so that it will be hard for you guys to get to the end. Okay, now we're like, okay, yeah, let's do. Keep in mind, people outside can't see what's going on inside with this bouncy castle, with the way it was. The three of us now went in. Now my friend, the guy, and I went in. And with the first thing you do, you run in, and then there was something you climb up. My friend climbed up first. Good. I was now second trying to climb up. The guy now dragged my leg. And I was like, oh, at first I thought that he was just trying to stop me from winning. Like I thought that this was his tactic to overtake me. No, it wasn't any tactic. My eyes have seen your goodness. Wait, I need to focus to do my eyes. I don't normally make it this thick. If anything, I normally even do this. So I would normally hold this down and then draw it for it to be slim. But I don't really want, I'm using this hand already. Boy, that is thick. That is fat. Anyways, it wasn't any tactic. The guy kept on dragging my leg back till before I knew what was going. Because also it's a bouncy castle, so you're not even balanced already. That's where problem one lies. Like you're already struggling to balance. And then this guy held me down inside that bouncy castle, and I just realized I'm such a slow. Things don't register immediately, they happen. This was what showed me that, like, before I even like reacted to this, it was like hours later, like I was in bed and the thing was just playing in my head, and I was like, oh wow. Wow. The guy kept on holding me down, trying to fondle me, trying to do some funny stuff. I don't even know how to say the story appropriately without saying certain words on YouTube before YouTube come for me. Just know he was trying to do some funny stuff, yeah? And me, I'm still over there fighting for my balance. So my friend finally noticed though, and it was now her that actually came. It was now her that finally came and now helped me and everything. And we're like, let's go, like let's leave this place. We're not continuing with this race. Like, we're not trying to leave. And this guy had the audacity to still drag my feet back. The way I kicked him. And then I remember I came out and I just arranged my hair. I just arranged myself. And then I went to go and buy a slushie. Like, that shocked me because I never knew I would be like that. Like, I never knew I was that person that would not react immediately or would react later. After we got the slushie, we left the party. And then she's like, what am I doing there? Like, I should go and tell the police. Because also, this guy has tried this thing with someone else I know. So, it's a pattern. And she was like, I should go and report to the police and stuff like that. So we went to, but that where we went to, we found out that that wasn't like the place for reporting. That was more of prison, basically. And so they told me how to report if I wanted to report and stuff like that. Kiniko. We said, okay, thank you. I called my pastor in front of the station and then she prayed with me. She prayed for me. And then she also said that I should report to the university as well because he's a student. So it's even better to report to the university. I went home. I actually hate this makeup. I'll be so real right now. But to be fair, I've never done my makeup and liked it, so it's not today's news. Let's just say this is a normal occurrence. And the next day, yes, I now remember what happened. This was when I had started feeling the feels and actually deeping that some guy actually tried to assault me. In fact, 2 offenses were committed. First, he committed battery, and then he now committed sexual assault. If you're not a law student, I don't have the strength to explain what battery means, but just know he committed that. Hire me, guys, hire me to be a lawyer. So I filed my report, everything. The following week, I had even gone in giving my statements. They took the clothes I was wearing that day, and then they even took my friend's statements. Now for the crazy part that almost had me fighting with a policewoman. Like she should. Keep in mind, they took 1 year to do this investigation. After taking 1 year to do the investigation, this woman called, but I could see some on my watch. It was saying when the police calls you, it normally says no caller ID. So it was saying no caller ID on my watch, so I knew it was the police. But my phone wasn't ringing, it was just ringing on my watch. But she emailed me, yeah. I told her that I initially reported to security when it happened, like campus security, before I went to the police. So we couldn't find the security that was on duty that day, and we've not been able to access the camera footages from that day, so there's no evidence. What do you mean by there's no evidence? First of all, it's 2 people's story against 1, and then his DNA is all over my clothes as you took. It's them that know what goes on in that forensic kiniko. But his DNA is all over my clothes, and you're now telling me that we could not find the security and we could not find the camera footages. How is your incompetence now my fault? No, like, how is that actually my fault? She should have told me to help her so that I can show her I can do her job better than her while still being a student and while still excelling properly as a student. Like, when I read the email, I was like, that day I was furious. I was just like, if I actually answered you, what I would have said to you. I don't want to insult her. I'm not going to insult her, but like, all the anger I felt towards the boy, just transferred it to the police, so because those police people judge. And now just remaining the lip combo. It's remaining the lip combo, United Kingdom police. But it's fine though. I've forgiven the guy. So normally I would go in with this lipstick just at the middle, but I'm not even feeling it today. I'm gonna go in with this tiny lipstick. Okay. You guys, that actually looks hideous. This video. You see the problem with this lip gloss? This is why I had to buy a new one. It is literally leaking. Alexa, play some Spotify.
Okay, here's Spotify.
That's why we thank you, Lord, for causing us to triumph. Thank you, we thank you, Lord.
But yeah, guys, thank you so much for watching this video. Long time no gossip, long time no tea. I really enjoyed filming this. I actually love telling you guys stories. I don't know if you can tell. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and share so more people can come see what's going on here. But yeah, ciao, bye guys.